Welcome back everyone, this is GTA Failure. In the last video I passed all 20 rampages in the secondary locations, and in this video I'm going to pass all 20 rampages in their primary locations. In order to do this I had to start like a brand new save file, because once you pass a rampage in either location you can never do the rampage again. So by virtue of passing those rampages in the other save file, in the secondary locations, I no longer would have access to these primary location rampages. So this is just a different save file that I created just for the purposes of this particular video in the normal save file, the one that you have been watching the whole series of. I just did the 20 rampages in the primary locations off video. It's fine. They'll count, all good. So how am I going to plus the 20 rampages in this video? Well, you might have noticed this blinking number in the top right corner of the screen. I have decided that I'm going to try to survive each of the 20 rampages with 1 HP. So I'm not trying to do all 20 in a row without losing a single hit point. I'm going to save after every successful completion, and I will just reload the rampage that I just failed anytime I failed, just like that. So here you can expect to see a lot of short clips of me failing, GTA failure, GTA failing. That's what this one's about. But I will for sure show you the entirety of the clips where I pass each of these rampages with 1 hit point. So there's a whole class of runs that are exactly this design, where you try to survive or win or beat the game with only 1 hit point, never taking a single hit point of damage. And so the acronym is OHKO, which stands for one hit knockout. And so just trying to survive when any single hit will knock you out. Surprisingly, some of the most dangerous things in this OHKO run are the NPCs, just the regular pedestrians, because as you're doing all this destruction, some of them tend to get a bit agitated and start to attack you, and if any of them lands a single punch, then you die. Another threat here is the police, because obviously when you're doing the rampages you're going to get police attention, and so if any of them punches you like you saw in that last clip, or if any of them shoot you, like right now I'm getting shot at, if any of these bullets hits me, then it's curtains. And we got a 3-star wanted level, so if the helicopter shows up it will start shooting at me. So just trying to survive and complete each of these rampages. So I think I mentioned that I was going to rate each of the rampages. So here is my criterion for rating each rampage. I'm just going to rate it based on how fun it is to blow stuff up and things. So not worried about location, just how fun is the rampage, and I'm going to dock points if I really struggle to complete any of these rampages. So that one right there, I struggled mightily in the beginning. When I first started learning this game, I was constantly dying from running out of HP, and that was starting with a full 200 HP. That one was an accident. Didn't mean to blast myself in the face with a rocket, so we just reload. So I had a devil of a time learning how to survive that particular rampage. This is me and Grandpa in the slowest foot chase ever. Like, I can't go any faster because I'm carrying the rocket launcher, and so I'm hoping he can't get up this ramp. He says, "Think again, Sonny." Um, so that grenade one was very tough until I, kind of came up with the strat that I demonstrated there, where I drive a car into the middle of an intersection and hope to, man, it's like a bunch of Mike Tysons out here on this block. Hope that the car will block a lot of other traffic, just so that I can get like the chain reaction going with one grenade, catching one car on fire, which catches another car on fire, etc. Here I wised up and decided to just go to this location here, which is safe for me. But I'm quite happy that I got, well, it's typically safe for me at this location. Not safe from me, apparently. So now that I've got a safe strat, not just an OHKO strat for the grenade one, but like a safe strat in my speedrunning route, where I do exactly what you saw there. I actually quite enjoy that rampage. Pretty fun to throw all those grenades everywhere and watch the destruction. So we'll give that one I would give it a 9 out of 10, but I really, really got frustrated by that one a bunch in the beginning of learning it. So we're going to dock it a points, 8 out of 10 for that one. This rocket launcher one here is okay. It's it's fun to shoot rockets and stuff, but the fact is, like using this technique right here, the rocket launcher rampage is kind of boring because you just stand here waiting for cars to spawn in the distance, and then you shoot a rocket in the distance, and there's not a whole lot to do there. I shoot the fixed rumpo. That always counts as one of the, I guess it's 13 vehicles you need to take care of here. Um, so yeah, so this one right here, not all that interesting, even though the rocket launcher is a cool weapon. So I don't know, six out of 10, I guess. It's just okay, just okay. Um, okay, so while we're watching me pass my OHKO attempts at this at all 20 rampages in the primary locations, I will read a little bit more from the wiki, or maybe I don't remember if I read anything from the wiki last time. Okay, so rampages, known as kill frenzies in the 2D universe, are a set of side missions where the player has to carry out certain destructive tasks, usually involving killing people or destroying vehicles under a 2-minute time limit using a single weapon with unlimited ammunition. I realized as I read that out loud that I'm pretty sure I read exactly that paragraph in the last video, but I don't think I read anything else. Maybe I did. I'm losing my mind here, gang. My goodness. Okay, so here's the next rampage. We got to kill a bunch of triads here. This is 25 triads using an Uzi. And oftentimes, so you can just go out and shoot triads on foot, but I typically would do a drive-by because it's safer. And in particular, I really need to stay in my car if I'm able to. I typically take out some of the triads that are here in Chinatown, but if any of the triad trucks sees me shooting its buddies, then the triad truck starts to harass me. And it's still safe for me because I'm in a vehicle, but my vehicle can get damaged and catch on fire, which would mean I have to vacate the vehicle. So oftentimes I head up here to the Hepburn Heights area and do the drive-by up here where I'm not harassed by the triad trucks. So this mission, this rampage is okay. It's kind of fun to shoot left and right. I have some dexterity issues. Like I'm not a great gamer. It's probably become apparent in watching the series, but it's hard for me sometimes to get all the motor control going of driving forward a little bit or backward a little bit while simultaneously looking left and or right while simultaneously left clicking to shoot the mouse button. And here I have to make a U-turn. So all of that uses all of my mental flops sometimes. So this one's tough for me. It's no fault of the game, but this one just requires a lot of coordination that is not natural for me. So it's nothing to write home about. We'll give that one a 5 out of 10. Okay, so let me keep going here. All right, so I'm fast forwarding to the next rampage. It's just in this little nook here to the left. This one is M16's 30 Diablos, and I've got a particular place that I go. I'm glad I learned this particular strat that I'm going to demonstrate here, which was not an OHKO strat, but will prove very helpful in this rampage. The Diablos carry baseball bats, which is problematic if you're on ground level, but I'm going to find a ledge that I just hop right up onto, and that will make me completely safe from the attacking Diablos. So here they are, and we just head up here and hop up onto this kind of intersection of the two ledges, and then from this corner I'm perfectly safe, no matter how much trash talk these guys send my way. So the M16 is a great weapon. So I quite like this rampage. You can shoot the Diablos from really far away. So we'll give this one a 9 out of 10. I struggled with this one early on when I was learning the game. Sometimes I would run out of time. I couldn't find 30 Diablos to kill in the 2 minutes, but I didn't really have 2 full minutes, right? Like it took about 30 seconds to drive north here and then hop up onto my ledge before I started rampaging. But as soon as the Diablos stop spawning from that one corner, I just typically walk over to this other corner. And I can usually find my 30, no problem. Okay, So coming back to the wiki, I'm hoping I didn't read this last time. Completing these side missions is typically required for 100% completion except in San Andreas, and they have been featured in nearly all San Andreas games prior to GTA 4, with the exception of the PC version of San Andreas, since its rampages are two-player based, and the PC version does not support multiplayer. Rampages were absent from GTA 4, but reappeared in Chinatown Wars and GTA 5. Okay, so carefully walking along this ledge, if I fall, I die. And moving on to the next rampage, it's the one in Mafia territory. 20 Mafia with the AK-47 in the parking area behind Tony's. So this rampage is okay. My typical spot here, I'm kind of blocking off a little bit of the driveway in the hopes that I keep the mafia away from me, because if any of them gets close, like they do have powerful guns, but even the weakest gun is just a one-hit knockout for me. So hoping to use this ledge that I'm on, this platform that I'm on, to my advantage. I can't get too close to the edge because as soon as they start shooting, I am vulnerable. So just kind of looking around, hoping to stay out of harm's way. That's the plan for this whole video today. So I like this one. The weapon, the AK-47 is pretty good. Again, you can shoot these guys from far away. It's pretty cool to see like limbs flying off as you shoot them. Again, I promise I'm not like a maniac in real life, just in GTA. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. I'll give this one an 8 out of 10. It's fun. Okay, coming back to the wiki, most rampages task the player with killing a certain number of gang members or civilians in a prescribed way. Typically, one or more weapons will be given to the player for this task, and only these weapons may be used. I don't know where that one or more came. Oh, here I was hoping that I could use this little gap between the wall and that pickup put there to shoot them, and it looks like they don't have enough room to take a shot at me. So that kind of worked out okay. This is getting scary. Any of these shots hits me and it's curtains. Yikes. Yeah, so this one or more weapons thing, I don't know anything about that. I've only had one weapon given to me in the rampages that I've done in GTA 3 and Vice City. And then I don't remember if I did any other rampages in GTA 5. It was a while ago. Sometimes players are asked to run down their victims or perform the required kills as drive-by shootings. In these scenarios, any kills made outside of a vehicle will not count. Occasionally, the targets may be a certain type of vehicle, which must be destroyed rather than people. So here we're fast-forwarding to the next rampage, the last one on Portland, the sixth and final one. Portland is 20 triads with the shotgun. So I don't know if this rampage is supposed to be easier with, in one-hit KO mode than I made it. I didn't really find any hiding spaces. Maybe I should have gone in this kind of like a concrete area to my right here. There's a driveway just off screen to the right. Maybe I should have tried going in there, but you can see I shot once and they shot once, and that was the end of me. So here it's going to be rapid fire cuts as you watch all kinds of GTA failing happen. And so I think that my strategy of just going, like all out in the middle of open space was a bad strategy. Oh man, with the baseball bat. Yeah, I guess if I had to do this over again, I probably would have looked around a little bit in the area to see if I could find a kind of hidey hole that would provide me with some protection. Just being elevated wouldn't be enough because a lot of these guys have guns. So like being elevated protects me from the bats, but not the guns. But maybe I could have looked around and found a spot. And like you have time. You saw me in that last 2 rampages ago. That Diablo's over by the gas station. You have time to drive, like 30 seconds and find a reasonable spot. And that guy hit me out of the park like I was hitting a baseball home run. Ouch. Yeah, lots of fails here. I don't remember how long this one took me. It was a long time. Long time. And I wish I could read the numbers, like the number of killed in midair. The number of kills I have left gives you some sense as to like how close I was. I felt like I didn't get close on most of these attempts here. Again, I needed to take care of 20. This one was kind of funny. I was like exploring the grass space thinking like, oh, okay, I could just back up and No, there's triads back there as well. Okay, so the fact that we're showing this one from the beginning either means this is the success or I get wrecked like right away. I don't know which one it is. Hopefully it's a success. Okay, coming back to the wiki, rampages can be only completed once in GTA 3, Vice City, Advanced, Liberty City Stories, but can be played multiple times in San Andreas and Vice City Stories. I have not played any Vice City Stories, and I have never done the rampages in San Andreas, even though I 100%ed that game a couple of times, 2 or 3 times, as we read before. The rampages in San Andreas are only available in multiplayer, and I've never played San Andreas. Rampages in GTA 5 can also be replayed either through the game's inbuilt mission replay mechanic, well, that's cool, or revisiting the Rampages locations as Trevor. So apparently you can do the Rampages as 2 or maybe all 3 of the main characters. Don't know. In the original GTA, like GTA 1, kill frenzies don't have an individual icon. Instead, they are hidden in crates like every other normal weapon and are displayed as a normal weapon once the crate is broken. For example, a kill frenzy using a machine gun will look like a machine gun. So unless the player knows which crates are kill frenzies and which are not, they may end up picking up a kill frenzy instead of a weapon. Ooh, that's kind of devious. I don't know that I rated this one right here. So this one is okay, not in one hit KO. It's very challenging in one hit KO. But in my normal speed runs, it's fine. You know, not too challenging, not too easy. We'll give it a 5 out of 10. Middle of the road. Here, I felt like if I got shot in the back while I was running away, then I wouldn't count it. Like I would reload my previous save state. But as soon as I get into this police car, or close enough, I felt that we were okay. All right, sorry for the harsh jump cut there. But anyway, here we are on Staunton Island, looking for the next batch of rampages. So this one is the rocket launcher behind the church. Probably totally safe to just take out the yardies right where I was. But if any of the pedestrians, NPCs, get upset at me because I'm shooting rockets everywhere, then I really cannot defend myself while I'm carrying this rocket, just like when that old man punched me to death on that ramp. Okay, so here is one place that I like to go to take care of this rampage safely, and I don't think I've ever failed up here for like running out of time. You know, the yardies spawn, you just look left and right. Notice that I keep my camera on them until the rocket blows them to bits, because if you shoot a bunch of yardies and then look away in the 1 second or so between launching the rocket and the rocket hitting its target, the yardies despawn, and so you don't get credit for it. So this one's pretty fun. I like this rocket launcher rampage better than the vehicle rocket launcher rampage we saw, again, where I got punched by Grandpa. So we'll give this one 8 out of 10. I like this one. Okay, coming back to hearing about rampages in the original GTA. It's not required to use that weapon for killing, and moreover, it's not required to kill either. If the player gets the necessary amount of score, the frenzy is complete. That's interesting. The least risky way to complete a kill frenzy is to launch one on a mission before doing something that yields a lot of score, e.g. picking up someone or something, entering or delivering a car, etc. All right, so apparently it's really not about killing at all in GTA 1. It's just about starting the kill frenzy and then racking up a bunch of points. I guess the programmers presumed that you would rack up those points by killing a bunch of folks, but turns out you don't have to do that. Okay, so here is the flamethrower rampage, where you got to take care of 16 Yakuza. Sorry, not flamethrower, Molotov. Wait, I don't know what I'm talking about. It is the flamethrower. It's 25 Yakuza. My bad. Okay, so this rampage right here should be very challenging because the Yakuza are heavily armed, but for some reason they don't attack. I don't know why, even as I'm lighting their friends on fire. If they did attack, then I would need to come up with a different OHKO strategy. I think I mentioned in the last video that if you try to shoot the flamethrower, but you're really close to one of these guys, then instead of shooting the flamethrower, you'll actually punch them, and that does cause all of the other Yakuza to attack, and then you can quickly go from full health to 0 health. So here, we don't really want a higher wanted level, but I need to get that police officer away from me. And for some reason, we didn't go up to 2 stars. I thought it was almost automatic that if you kill a cop, it's a 2-star wanted level. Okay, but this one's pretty cool. I'm not really like a pyromaniac, but you know, fire is pretty to look at. So we'll give this one a 7 out of 10. Not bad. I honestly would probably rate it higher if it was more challenging, but here it's essentially almost stationary targets that don't fight back. Okay, next up is a sniper rampage. We gotta take off 17 yardy heads. So this one, again, you gotta decapitate. If you hit the yardy anywhere besides the head, you don't get credit um, for the 17 yardies that you need. And again, I continue to have difficulty just finding this building. I don't know why. I should learn where that thing is. Okay, so headed up the stairs, and the rampage is here on this floor. There was a hidden package one floor up. And typically, I would just jump off the ledge and start taking out the yardies. I think that you probably could do this rampage from up on top, but I have to slowly go down the stairs. I can't even hop down the stairs because if you do, you might take a 1 hit point of damage, and that would be the end of me. So there's plenty of time here to slowly head out. This rampage could be more fun, but it's also broken. Like the yardies mostly just stand there. Like not only do they not fight back, but they don't even move. Occasionally, you'll find a pack of them that are slowly walking forward or backwards. But this is what's that expression about ducks shooting ducks in a barrel? That's what this is. These yardies are in the barrel and not moving at all. So quite easy. So I'm going to dock it for being too easy. I mean, it should be a higher, maybe probably should be an 8 if they fought back or whatever. But this one is a 6. I didn't realize I was going to dock for not being hard enough. I know I'm going to dock for some upcoming rampages being too tough, but yeah, not hard enough. There's a penalty for that apparently. Okay, so 6 out of 10 instead of an 8, just because. Oh, sorry, shot that guy in the back. He died in vain. He didn't even help me get credit. Okay, coming back to the wiki. Kill frenzies, still talking about the original GTA 1. Kill frenzies also come in handy on those missions during which the player has to kill many people in a short time. When frenzy is complete, the wanted level drops to 0. Okay. Little paragraph here about kill frenzies in GTA 2. They come in 2 forms: as green skull icons, where the player must kill a certain number of people or destroy a certain number of vehicles in a time limit with a given weapon, or as parked vehicles, where upon entry the player must run down a number of people or destroy a number of cars with vehicle weapons. Completing a kill frenzy grants the player an extra life. Okay, never played GTA 2. I think I probably want to at some point. All right, so here is a Molotov rampage. And fire hurts real bad to the tune of maybe 60 HP if you get lit on fire by walking through some fire. I have no idea what just happened there. I've watched that replay a couple of times. Fire just seemed to spontaneously show up. I don't know what happened. That's bogus. I'm calling shenanigans. It was not right. Okay, so we'll try it again. So this is in fast forward, which leads me to believe that my demise is coming soon. Another danger here is that as you throw the fire everywhere, the other drivers can get spooked. And now I've got a police officer who's maybe going to attack me. Oh, don't hit me, sir. Oh, goodness. I called him sir and everything. I know he heard me. Okay, so maybe this will be the one. I'm hoping that it stops being fast forward because that's my cue that things are going to go okay. All right, so maybe this will be okay. Okay, so rating this one, 16 Yakuza with Molotovs. This is pretty cool. Better than the, well, I don't know. Like, I like the Molotovs better than the flamethrower, just in terms of flame weapons. But again, the Yakuza don't fight back, so it's pretty trivial. You just have to find enough of them. But, you know, like I said, the fire is pretty, and lots of destruction can be had here. So we'll give this one an 8. Solid score for this one. Okay, let's see. So now let's come back to the wiki and we'll talk about the 3D universe. There are 20 rampages in GTA 3 and Liberty City Stories, but in Advance there are 21. And in Vice City and the PS2 version of Vice City Stories, there are 35 rampages. But in the PSP version of Vice City Stories, there are 30 rampages. That's interesting. So, you know, not like a carbon copy of all the code, just kind of retranslated for the different console. The console versions of San Andreas contain 5 two-player rampages. Again, I've never played any of those, but I have seen YouTube videos of those. They look pretty fun. The first rampage completed earns the player $500, but in GTA 3 it's $5,000. So we got some pretty cool money coming towards us here in this game. And the reward increases by $500 each rampage you do, except in GTA 3 where it increases by $5,000 for each subsequent completed rampage. Although in GTA Advance, each rampage will reward the player $1,000. So pretty consistent in terms of the money reward. A penalty for failing a rampage in Vice City, Liberty City Stories, and Vice City Stories is that any wanted level gained during the rampage remains in force. Isn't that true here in this game too? Like if you just run out of time or whatever, your rampage stays. Okay, let me keep reading the paragraph while you watch me die on this rampage a few times. This is a tough one for me, especially OHKO, but it's even tough when I have full health. Any enemies attacking the player during the rampage will also continue to be a threat whether the player has passed the rampage or not. Yeah, that seems fine. In GTA 3, if the player fails a rampage on the first attempt, the pickup icon will move to a second location. If the rampage has failed again at this new location, the icon returns to its original position. Okay, so we've seen a bunch of that. Let me come back to the wiki while I explain what's happening here in this rampage. So this one is tough because you have to shoot each of these vehicles twice to get them to catch fire or explode. And if you are you have to be close enough to hit them, but not so close that the explosion kills you. So there's a very small sweet spot. Like the range of this shotgun is not all that much more than the range of the explosion of a car. So I failed a bunch of times at the normal location. So then I decided that Mama didn't raise no dummy, and I came over here and got punched in the back of the head. That's not even legal in boxing. Come on, officer. So I decided to go over to the place where the bridge access is closed off because I know that every vehicle going north on that section of the highway has to make a U-turn. There's no other option. And so I felt like this maybe was a good strategy, was to come up here and block the traffic knowing that there were no other exits for them. Whereas where I failed in the first few attempts, here I'm catching my car on fire and then hoping to start a chain reaction with other explosions because they count even though we didn't technically shoot that second car. Boom, 3, killing it. Yeah, so this seemed like a better strategy. You can see they're all lined up. And again, they have no place to go. Was it smart to shoot the officers? I actually think it was because if I can get these other officers interested, the ones in the cars, interested in me, then I can get them to stop and then just wait there, as opposed to the other cars where, like what was that? Where'd that officer come from? You shoot another car and it will drive away very rapidly. But here, if we can get the police officers to get out of their car, then obviously the car is going to be stationary for us. So yeah, that was the technique, and I was happy about that one because that took a while. Okay, let's see, 2 rampages left here on Staunton. The next one is an M16 rampage located inside of the college campus. And we got to take out 15 vehicles, destroy 15 vehicles. Okay, coming back to the wiki, GTA Advance seems to be the most unique when it comes to rampage mechanics. All right, so this is the English teacher in me. Most unique is not a phrase. Like it's something is either unique or not. There aren't gradations of uniqueness. Okay, so that aside, GTA Advance seems to be the most unique when it comes to rampage mechanics, as either completing or failing a rampage will always despawn the thugs that respawn during the rampage. And successfully passing a rampage will always leave the player with a sum of ammo that was used during the rampage. That's interesting. Didn't know that. Here, I had no idea there was an officer behind me. He shot me in the back of the head. Like he's a cold-blooded. That was like Hitman style. So here, the biggest issue is the wanted level and getting shot by these police. And maybe that was a police helicopter. I'm not sure. But like blowing up all of these cars in rapid succession, you can see has gotten me a wanted level pretty consistently. But here we're showing it from the beginning and it's in regular speed. I think we know what that means, gang. In terms of rating this rampage, I really like this one. The M16, like I've mentioned before, is my favorite weapon in the whole game. And here you get to blow up a bunch of cars and being up here on this kind of like elevated grassy section is generally pretty safe. Not in OHKO, but this is where I do my, like, it's safe from NPCs. If they get upset that you're blowing things up and they try punching you, they can't reach you here. Okay, so we're just waiting for more cars to spawn and making sure not to kill them when they're too close to me, that I be within the explosion radius. Okay, so did I rate this one yet? No, I don't think I did. We'll give this one a 9. It's pretty darn cool. In GTA San Andreas, rampages are sometimes two-player vehicle-based challenges. The first player drives while the second shoots at the targets. Rampages are not required for 100% completion, as they are only accessible in a two-player game, which would render 100% completion impossible for single players. Oh, that makes sense. I think I'm remembering this right, but I don't think that the unique jumps are required for 100% in San Andreas. That's kind of surprising to me. Okay, in Liberty City Stories, completing all rampages rewards the player with an M60, which spawns at every safe house. In the other games, only money is given for completing all rampages, as well as contributing towards 100% completion. Yeah, interesting that some ammo is a reward at the safe house for Liberty City Stories rampages, whereas I think the standard, and in the games that I've played anyway, is that you get ammo at your safe house from collecting multiples of 10 rampages. Okay, so I think that we've only got one more rampage left on Staunton, and it's a grenade rampage. We need to take out 25 yardies. So here's the icon just north of the fire station. And then typically I turn around. Sorry for the cut, but this is a fail. I didn't even know there was somebody else. I think I'm going to get hit by a car or something. Yeah, had no idea that there was a police officer driving around inside of this parking lot. It's pretty tough to get in the parking lot for the NPCs anyway, because it's got kind of like slightly elevated walls around the outsides, except for the northern border of this rectangle. So had no idea that there was an officer nearby. Okay, so rating this rampage, I don't know. Apparently, I like grenades because this one's a fun one too. Again, you got to make sure you continue to look until the grenade has exploded. Otherwise, when you look away, the yardies will despawn, and you won't get credit for them. Okay, I'm gonna give this one another 9. I don't think I've given it 10 yet. I'm not sure if I'm holding the 10 off or something. Honestly, I haven't thought about the ratings. I don't think about them ahead of time. We just do it on the spur of the moment. But yeah, this one is way up there. It's a 9, I think. Who is shooting at me? So the Yardies do have guns. Some of them have guns, I think. But pretty safe here. I'd be curious what the formula is for the accuracy of the different gangs. So first of all, like all the gangs have exactly the same accuracy as each other. And second of all, is the only thing that determines accuracy the distance between the player and the NPC that's shooting, or there's some other factors as well. Does the weapon that they're holding, increase or decrease the accuracy that they have? Just curious. Okay, so 65,000 bucks. That means that was Rampage 13 complete, and a big jump cut. I think I probably just drove in the tunnel to get here to Shoreside Vale. And now we're tackling the first of the, let's see, 3, 6, 7, of course, because we finished 13, so there's 7 of these things left. And this is not too far from the airport road. Hopefully you know what this is. And here we just got to take out 15 vehicles with rockets. This one's pretty fun. I like this rocket one better than the first rocket car one where I got punched by Granddad. I guess because here, if the vehicles don't spawn, then I have like a secondary place that I go. I just kind of walk to my left here, the way that I'm looking, and I stay up on the roof. Obviously, falling would kill me, but I like having the elevation. It makes taking out these cars quite simple. So if nobody spawns, then I just head towards this intersection just ahead where that car is right there. I think I typically walk a little bit further so my rockets don't get blocked by any of these light poles, and then typically would get a bunch of spawns on this downhill section. As you can see, a bunch of them coming there. So this one's pretty fun too. We'll give that one an 8. I like it. Okay, coming back to the wiki. Let's see here. In Vice City Stories, once the player passes a rampage for the first time, the white skull on its icon changes to blue, allowing the player to tell which have been previously completed. Oh, that's a nice touch. There's also a special option on the map which marks all completed rampages. Cool. Yeah, in this game and in Vice City, the Rampage icon just straight up disappears, never to be seen again once you pass the Rampage in either of the locations. Okay, next Rampage is in this corner to our right. We're going to walk up this ramp. It's just on the other side of the box here. So we're going to walk up the ramp and stand on the edge and start taking out the cartel. 20 cartel with the sniper rifle, but it's got to be heads again. And I mentioned this in the last video, but my goodness, is this satisfying? Not just because it's cool to, you know, pop off these the heads here with an awesome sniper rifle, but because I am still holding a grudge for these cartel, the Colombian cartel, and all of the hours they cost me as I just failed so many times to do paramedic in Shoreside Vale. I promise I'm going to let it go. I'm not going to whine about this the entire series, but right now those 10 hours of failure are still pretty fresh in my mind. So happy to take out my frustration on these guys right now. So you know what? I told you I was. I didn't know if I was like holding off the 10, but yeah, we'll just shoot that guy in the back for no reason. We're giving this a 10 just because the sniper is cool and the head flying off animation is cool, and also taking out Colombian cartel after what they did to me is cool. 10 out of 10. There you go. Okay, let's see. In Chinatown Wars, there are 30 rampages, which involve killing gang members with a given weapon. Unlike previous games, the player is given henchmen to help kill enemies in some of the rampages. Otherwise, the rampage is done alone. That's pretty cool. Probably the henchmen are useless. Like anytime, any GTA mission I've done where there's like an NPC helper, like they're worthless. They don't do anything. Okay, sorry for the jump cut. You didn't need to see me driving over here to Wichita Valley, Wichita Gardens. Okay, so buckle up, folks. You're going to see a lot of what you're seeing here. So the Rampage icon is this little blue skull thing on top of this building. And if I try jumping off of the bridge up above and landing on the roof of this building, I will die because I will lose at least 1 hit point. So my only idea for getting up here was to drive a car off of the edge and hope it would land on the building. So I'm not going to show you, I'm not going to continue to show you all of my failed attempts at getting on the roof. Like once you see me get on the roof a few times, I think I'll just stop showing it in general. But here's my first success. And if I try jumping off of the roof onto the ground after picking up this Rampage icon, I'll die there as well. And so not only do I need to get onto the roof, but I need my vehicle to be safe and alive up on the roof with me. Here, I guess I'm just trying to block this driveway a little bit to give me some more protection. So the speed with which I died there is it's a hint of things to come. I mean, like I am supposed to take out 20 of these you know, the red jacks or the purple nines, either one is fine, just 20 altogether. I'm supposed to take out 20 hoods with this shotgun and not get shot once. And in addition, like I have to first successfully land on the roof there. All right, so here I'm committing to using the rumpo, the hood rumpo that I've got there. So I saved it in my garage just so that I could stop stealing vehicles from the wild there. So I just thought that this vehicle was more easily able to creep over the ledge that I'm trying to get over to land on the roof of that building below us. Just because this you know, this vehicle is bigger and higher. So getting over this lip over here to the right. Still have to land on the thing. So here I am just honing my craft and trying to find consistent setups. Yeah, we got that one. Trying to find consistent setups so that I can get more practice. I mean, I've only had one successful attempt here. And every time I fail, it's like it takes another 30 or 45 seconds to try to land on that roof again. Okay, let's see how many bad guys we can take out. That's 2. That's 2 out of 20. We're 10% of the way there. That's 3. That shot almost hit us, so I'm too far away here. And now the guy's inside. All right, we're at 4. This is getting exciting. Still too far away. One of the problems here, can we get both at the same time? No. Too bad. All right, so 5. One of the problems is that their weapons have a longer range than mine do. And that's really challenging for me because I can't get hit a single time. And I need to take out 20 of them and be close enough to hit them but not get hit in retaliation, even though I'm quite close. Okay, so what am I gonna grade this one? Let's see. So in regular gameplay, this rampage is fine. This it would probably get like a 5 out of 10 maybe. It's middle of the road, not too hard, not too easy. But I always take damage, obviously. But here, because of my experiences, like what you're watching here took a long time. I'm just showing you the parts where I die or flip my van trying to get on the roof. This one seems to be going well. So I'm going to dock it. I think I would have given it a 5, but my goodness, this was a frustrating time for GTA Failure. Well, where did this guy come from? So I think these guys fell down from the... I think they fell from this ledge that I'm jumping over here. I didn't even know that was a thing until that attempt. So instead of a 5, we'll give them a 3. No good. No good. Okay, let's see. Coming back to the Chinatown Wars. So yeah, so there's henchmen. Score multipliers are given for consecutive kills. That was me looking up at the overpass there to make sure nobody was falling down. Instead of there being a number of people the player has to kill, the rampages work on a points score basis. Destroying gang vehicles also gains points, though fewer than killing gang members. Upon completion, players will be awarded with a bronze, silver, or gold medal, depending on their score. All rampages must be completed with at least a bronze to obtain 100% completion. Once a rampage is passed, the rampage will still be shown at the same location, but instead of a white skull icon, the skull will be outlined in bronze, silver, or gold, depending on the player's previous high scores. On top of the 30 rampages, there are also 5 riding shotgun missions, which fall under the same in-game category. I think that's a play on words. I haven't played any Chinatown Wars except for like the first 2 minutes of the game, but riding shotgun. Clever. Okay, so I'm just looking at my video here, watching me try again. So I think part of it is I need to get lucky, but part of it is also I need to explore other options for like how to stay safe during this like really hard OHKO rampage. I keep looking up there to make sure nobody's coming down. And what my ideal scenario is that you just have like an isolated guy right there, just one. Like if it's just one and not other people coming back at me for retaliation, then then I shoot the one and then I back off, and hopefully there's another one and then I shoot them and back off. So it's that would be the ideal, but oftentimes these guys are out in packs, which I guess is helpful in some sense because otherwise you maybe wouldn't have enough. Here I decided to try in the open. And you can probably guess how this is going to go. Bang. Okay, so we only tried in the open one time, I learned, but you can't blame a fellow for trying different things. Okay, continuing right along. Trying to figure out how long these attempts took me. So like the whole video, so like the recording all the videos for the 20 rampages took like 2 hours, but more than half of it was this one, this one rampage right here. Most of the other rampages I passed on my first attempt or maybe on my second or third attempt. It was very few that I got stuck on like this one. This one was just nuts. Okay, so here I have another plan. I said, what if I get the guys mad at me? I shoot one person right here, or 2 people, even better, and hope that they come through here like one at a time. Like I'm just trying to like create an alley for these guys to follow me through. Okay, so here, this isn't gonna work, but I just wanted to show you that even though I'm safely up here, like I can't reach the hoods from up here with the shotgun, and I was hoping to land on the concrete, but missed and dead. Okay, so here we are trying the funnel approach again. I think those guys are too far away. There we go. And then instant karma. Wasn't that a John Lennon song? Okay. Or maybe more, only like a 30-year-old reference. The New Radicals had a song called You Get What You Give. And I'm giving a little and getting a lot, let me tell you. So yeah, like there's a whole bunch of I look over here and there were like 8 or 10 of those guys. So like normally I just go up to them and blast them all and take a couple, like absorb a couple of shots myself, but can't do it here. Why did I show such a long clip? Oh, this is me. Like I think that like I'm just trying to peek my head around the corner without getting blasted. And at some point, I discovered that the bad guys are, they popped the wall, but they're all just on the other side of this billboard. Like they're inside of this grassy area, but on the opposite side of the billboard. And at some point, I'll be able to see the feet, but my van is kind of in the way. There they are. Found them. Okay, yeah, there's the feet. And I was desperately hoping that, like, I don't know why they don't just go left or right, but anyway, I was hoping I could shoot them in the legs, but no, no can do. But that guy, just so rude, just his arm. I didn't even have a chance. Coming back to the wiki, GTA 5 stuff. Rampages return in GTA 5, but are only accessible to Trevor and take the form of strangers and freaks like side missions. Oh, is that the like the slow motion kind of thing? I have a vague recollection of playing these things. Upon approaching the Rampage icon, Trevor will engage the people nearby in conversation, an act that inevitably leads to a confrontation and Trevor flying into a rage and massacring them. There are 5 rampages in total, spread out across the map, and they must be completed in order to unlock the next. So here I'm trying a nearby area. Again, the funneling approach. Like, this is looking okay if I can kind of keep the distance, and that guy right there doesn't look like he can shoot me because he's sort of stuck behind this wall. Or the pylon or whatever it's called, this big concrete tall structure. So this is going pretty well. So this seems like it has potential even if it doesn't work this on this attempt. But yeah, but you can see that like at some point time is going to become an issue as well. Bang. Because I can't dance around all day. I've got 2 minutes only. Here I'm going to try to blow up my van in the hopes that that the explosion kills some of them and I get credit. So the explosion did kill some of them and some of me, and I got no credit. So again, just showing you the kind of process that I'm going through here. So even though I've got maybe 900 hours into this game at this point, there's a lot of things that I'm doing in this game for the first time for this series, and so showing you the learning process and all the different kind of attempts that I try as I try to accomplish something I never have in GTA 3 before. Okay, hey gang, we are showing this one from the beginning. Could it be? Could it be? All right, fingers crossed. Okay, let's see if we can land on the roof. Oh, that's a good start. Well done, well done. And yeah, I kind of gave up on the tunneling approach over on that grassy area, and I just went back to my bread and butter. I wasn't even sure what the best angle for that van is in terms of like blocking them. Like at some point, like in the beginning, I had it kind of parallel to this little concrete wall in front of me to like extend the wall a little bit, but I ended up doing this kind of angled thing, and that made it so that like if they were coming after me from around the corner, they had to work a little bit harder to get around the van, and that gave me some extra time, which was cool. Okay, coming back to the wiki about GTA 5. During Trevor's rampages, he gains a supercharged version of his special ability in the form of greatly increased damage resistance and infinite ammo for his given weapon. The effect lasts until the rampage ends. His special ability can still be triggered for an added invincibility boost. Cool. This won't help you, but I'm looking at all the different icons, like 9 different icons for rampages and all the different games here on the wiki page. That's pretty neat. Okay, and then some trivia here at the bottom. The censored versions of GTA 3 and Vice City don't have any rampages. What? Freedom of speech, man, come on. In 3D universe games, excluding San Andreas, some rampages could be more difficult to complete, especially if the player is faced against hostile gangs, since they spawn in large groups during the rampage and can easily take down the player. Because of this, it's advisable to complete gang-specific rampages early in the storyline. Yeah, we've talked about that before. I can't tell how many we have left. Looks like just a couple. But my heart rate was definitely elevated. Is it just one left now? I'm desperate to have one guy by himself so that I can just take him out and not have to deal with the retaliation. Excellent. A little camera shake to show how excited I am. Fantastic. We made it work. That was maybe an hour of my life. Maybe like an hour 15. Okay, cool. All right, so that was the shotgun hood rampage. So we got 4 left. And here I am still quite excited that Finished. Okay, next up is over here by the airport. You've seen this Rampage location. You've seen all the Rampage locations, but I promised you that I would come at this one from a different angle. So you could come in along the kind of like airport road, which is like straight ahead in front of me on the other side of these billboards, or you can kind of go straight here, like as if you were headed to the tunnel, but then just hop off onto the grass. Okay, 20 cartel, run them over. Just make sure you get a fast car with high health, like the Stinger. Really, any of the sports cars except maybe the Infernus. Okay, I know this is quite predictable, but it is quite a lot of fun running over these Colombian gang members. Maybe I'm going to stop mentioning the terrible things they did to me during paramedic, but this is another 10. I'm a small petty man. What can I say? Get some cartel members. All right, easy, easy. I mentioned in the last video that the only danger is that your vehicle will get damaged so much that it catches fire, and then you're vulnerable when you're outside because the cartel will shoot at you. But this is generally one of the easiest rampages for me. Boom. Oh, so satisfying. Okay, 85,000. That was Rampage 17 out of 20 complete. Just 3 left. So here I think we're going to save, but I'm not going to like cut because the next Rampage is just on the other side of this intersection here. So it's a drive-by Rampage. It's just by this guard booth here. And I'm going to do the same cheesy strat that I did in the backup location, and I'll whine in the same way. I don't know how to do this legitimately. You gotta take out, you gotta blow up 7 cars with drive-by ammo. In theory, you could get out of your vehicle and just shoot the cars, but they start driving away quite fast as soon as you hit them with the first bullet. And so you really need to be in your car so you can chase them and continue shooting them. And I just have a hard time with drive-bys. My car there blew up so quickly because of all the damage it sustained when I was running over the cartel members, not just from the impact of the bodies, but also from the cartel members shooting my car the whole time. But there's plenty of time to come down here to the airport and just shoot these lovely stationary vehicles, 7 in total. So I don't know what to grade this one. Like, it's not going to get high marks. Like, this is not a lot of fun just shooting stationary empty vehicles. And I also feel like there should be like I'm missing out on something. Like, it's supposed to be kind of a fun challenge to do this the right way, but I have tried doing this the right way many times, and I am over on this fun challenge. So I'm going to give this one a 2. It's I guess it's one of my least favorite ones. Okay, coming back to the wiki, what else do they have to say? Let's see, there's some stuff here about the glitches in Vice City. I think I'll skip that one. The paragraphs are pretty long. Okay, so here I am going to the next Rampage, which is again over in Wichita Gardens near the safe house. So this one is 20 hoods, either triple nines or red jacks, either one, any combination of those. But you gotta hit them with the M16, which sounds fun. It's my favorite weapon, but you gotta knock their heads off. And the M16 doesn't really have that precise aim. If you, as soon as you shoot your first shot, the M16 like moves a little bit, you know, like in real life, the gun would move as you're shooting it. And so this can be quite challenging, not just because of OHKO, but just challenging in general. Like, I died during this rampage so many times, even starting with full health. Eventually figured that I could come down here. It's protected with the wall on all sides, and then I don't think you'll see it here, but there is a heart icon like 50 feet behind me inside of this protected area on the other side of that tree that we keep seeing. And so I typically take a lot of damage in that rampage, and so having the protection of the wall and having the heart icon there made this my preferred spot once I found a safe spot. Okay, let's see if we can get 20. This one looks like it's in regular speed, but I thought that I failed this one a few more times. Oh, I did. I think I'm not showing it to you. Yeah, I failed this one maybe 3 times. Not that many, but I figured just showing you the one was enough. You've already seen enough GTA failing for one video with that rampage on the rooftop. Oh, that was a doozy. I really thought that just getting to the rooftop was going to be the hard part. I didn't account for the fact that the rampage itself would be very challenging with only 1 hit point of health. Okay, let's see. Back to the wiki, some more trivia. In San Andreas, Rampages are only available on consoles, again, because the PC doesn't support two-player, and that's the only way to play Rampages in San Andreas. There's a glitch where Carl spawns headless and bleeding from the throat after being headshotted by player 2. This doesn't affect the player's health or armor. Well, that's good. Coming to Liberty City Stories here. In the censored version, the game has only 13 rampages as opposed to 20, as 7 of them involved killing innocent pedestrians. That's pretty funny. Like, it's okay to kill these gang members because, I don't know, they're doing bad stuff, so I guess they get what they deserve. But whoever was doing the censoring drew the line at killing innocent pedestrians. Okay, in the mobile version of Liberty City Stories, the player won't gain any wanted level when a rampage is being played. Well, that would make things easier. Okay, 20th and final rampage. It's here behind this shed in the first house uphill from the Kirby Road. So I guess we're just, I kind of lost my sense of direction here. Which way are we? Just east of the Kirby Road. Okay, this one was gonna be really hard because it's the Colombian cartel you gotta kill, and they've got weapons that have long range, and my flamethrower doesn't have long range at all. I mean, I guess it has okay range, but I remember reading about this technique on some webpage many years ago, long before I was making this series, where even with full health and armor, it's quite easy to die before you kill. What do we need here? Is it 20? Before we kill 20 cartel with the flamethrower. And so I remembered reading this technique, and I said, I know exactly when I should apply this technique. It's when I'm doing the OHKO. This guy seems like fireproof. I keep lighting him up, and he's just like, yeah, stop doing that. Oh, there we go. We got him. So yeah, I think I hit the C key on my keyboard to get this kind of weird overhead camera view, C like Charlie. Like this overhead view kind of reminds me of the videos I've seen of other people playing GTA 1 and 2. And I didn't know if the police could hurt me through the shrubs. Like I'm able to hurt these guys with the flamethrower through the shrubs. I didn't know if I could get shot or punched or whatever. But anyway, that's it. All rampages complete. All exciting. Killing Colombian cartel with the flamethrower. 10 out of 10. Again, I'm a small petty man. Okay, that is it for Rampages, all 20 in the books at both the primary and secondary locations. Here I am showing, this is not the original save file, I'm only 1% complete, but 20 out of 20 Rampages done on this video. So, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.